You've got a calendar journal or maybe a written narrative journal, but one journal does something totally new. Papercraft designer Heidi Swapp captured her daily emotion. Her emotion in the art form of stamping, and the result has boosted her personally and creatively. Heidi Swapp, welcome back to Studio 5.
It's good to be here.
We are scrapping, we are stamping emotion, and this comes from a personal experience for you.
In June, I tore my hamstring, and it was like the full deal, and I was mad because it wasn't like just a little setback. Like it just felt like I got my summer just swipes.
Yeah.
I was mad.
Yeah.
And I was having a hard time. And I actually got called out on my sincerest anger by my son, who was like, you know what? You have an opportunity to look at your life in a different way, find a way to pull something out from what you can't do with what you can do.
Look at these
And I was
kids.
just like, oh my gosh.
That's not what I wanted to hear
I didn't teach you this. I taught you being, no.
Yeah.
This is what I taught, right?
Yeah.
This is what I believed, but it's harder when it's you.
Sure.
And I couldn't hike, and I couldn't go to yoga, and I couldn't do any of the things that were good for my mental health.
Right.
And
So
this
nothing
is more like
nothing to pull you out of that
right.
anger. Yeah.
And this is more like work. And actually, when you have a hamstring injury, you can't stand up and you can't sit down. You have to be like,
sister.
Like on this weird angle, right?
In this awkward recline.
So I decided to do a 30-day stamp journal challenge. And it started when I was 30 days out from being off my crutches because I was losing it.
Okay, okay.
And instead of doing sped up demonstrations or really cute little reels that were like, from here to here, I just like sat down and for 1 hour, I would stamp so my audience could see like the process.
So it was methodical and even a little moody, like you were taking us through the process.
And I was like being mad.
Yeah, sure.
At the same time.
Getting it out.
And I was like, let's think of something we want to tell ourselves.
Uh-huh.
Let's stamp it on the tag.
Uh-huh.
And then you can see, so I've got these beautiful tags up here.
Look at these.
And on the back, you can see that I have done journaling on them. So I actually was also writing down how I felt, which, we know from science that that is part of the improving our mental health is writing down what you're grateful for. You can also write down what you're mad about.
Sure,
get it out.
Well, they say get it out on paper.
That's
Listen,
right.
is this a creative conversation or a therapeutic one? Both. It's both.
Now, you guys, stamping has been around from the dawn of time, right? And so I never thought I was going to be a stamper.
You didn't?
No. And I was all about like telling stories with photos and scrapbooking. And so this kind of felt like too easy, maybe, or
simple.
I don't know, maybe. And then to do something that was just going to like go on a ring.
Okay, look at this.
Like, is there purpose here? I thought, is there purpose?
So this is 30 days of not just stamping, but journaling. And what was the result at the end, Heidi? What was the takeaway? Was there one big aha, like
Well, first of all, what I realized is rather than just numbing out, which is what I wanted to do, I just wanted to binge a show. I just wanted to sit on social media. Social media made me feel worse. Everything made me feel worse. And I was like, why am I so miserable? I mean, I was miserable. And so when I was stamping, I was happy. When I made something, I was happy. When I was sharing, I was happy. When I was focusing on maybe some improved thoughts, I was happier.
But look what you're celebrating, and it's what we try to celebrate on the show every day. Creation, like creating. Women are innate creators. You were sharing, you were connecting. Those are all things that lift, right? And look at these layers. I don't want to skim past the positive effects that came from this, but there were some cool creative effects that came from this too. Stamping doesn't have to be simple or doesn't have to be basic.
No, and certainly if you're using my stamps, it's not.
It better not be.
It's excessive.
Yeah.
But every one of these tags represents something I was dealing with or thinking about or working through. And so every one of these tags takes me back to
that place.
Something.
Yeah.
And that's that power of creativity. I think we think there has to be purpose in everything or there has to be these grandiose outcomes. And really, it's just in the movement and in the action.
And it can be for you. This doesn't have to be something you save. I mean, you're going to save this, please, because come on, there's a lot of heart into this project.
Well, and there's a lot that it taught me. Practice is important. You know, one of the things that I learned is, you know, we always talk about like getting into flow.
Yeah.
Right. Flow is like when the Magic Johnson would dribble and he would just get in the flow,
The
get in the
juices
zone,
take over,
right?
yeah.
But actually, you can get in the zone in a lot of ways, and stamping, because it's not super hard, you don't have to be really artistic.
Yeah.
It can get you right in the zone.
Yeah, totally.
Which is really cool. Has tons of mental and emotional benefits.
What's going here?
So here, what I'm showing you is just like, this is just an alphabet that I have a subscription that you get a brand new stamp set every single month.
Which,
right?
how fun if something
Which
like this is
so
coming
exciting.
in the mail and you are so seamlessly peeling off the letter, putting on the next letter, and look how imperfectly, and that's a compliment,
And,
these are playing
yeah.
out.
And then you're choosing colors that you like. And,
overlap.
you know, then I have another stamp set, I don't know. I also like, this came out in the anger phase, but this stamp set says, blah, and it's like, hello, I'm trying my best, easily distracted, wishing I wasn't here. you know, like,
Ooh, colon,
thanks.
people.
Thanks.
Ew,
I
people.
hate it. So, you know, we can also take
Stop
an
it.
opportunity to be real. We don't have to just always put on a smiling face.
Well, I know we're talking personal projects, but I'm thinking of the time you would send a card to someone and all of these sentiments would still apply. Like seeing someone in that place.
Yes.
These stamps
Yes.
see you.
And that is an important thing when people are struggling.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's not say, you got this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say, I hate it too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
There's power in that. There's power in that.
And so it's just been so fun.
You added some textural layers, like with pieces and bits
Yes.
and ribbons, and that makes it fun. And
Yes.
then this binder just becomes a little moment of your life.
And I think that when we start pulling all of these elements together and we attach the meaning,
Yeah.
then that creativity becomes a part of our soul.
Yes.
And it helps us right on through the things. Because now look at me, like my crutches are ditched.
You're standing vertical.
I'm gonna be all right.
You're good. You're good and better because of this. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing an
fun.
emotional journal, an emotion journal. We love the idea of that, and with that comes so many great, I think, creative bits to pick up that you don't have to be perfect at it. You don't be a beginner.
Yes.
Be a beginner. Do it just for you. You don't have to save it. This can all just be part of your process and part of your flow, part of your
Yes,
life.
yes.
Heidi, thank you. This subscription sounds really cool. How do we get in on that?
So if you go to HeidiSwapp.com or you go to Heidi Swapp on Instagram, it's really me on Instagram. So if you come there, you can get it. I have just monthly good stuff
Yeah.
that will keep you moving.
Sometimes I
Super
watch your
easy.
videos even if I'm not just doing your videos
Yes.
along with you. She's
Yes.
just a contagious spirit. So thanks for sharing that
Thank
light,
you.
sister. We love you.